Okay, as we just touched on, also making his way to China this weekend is Secretary of State Antony Blinken, with hopes of calming the waters between Beijing and Washington. Blinken was supposed to visit in February, but that visit was derailed when the U.S. shot down a suspected Chinese spy balloon. Okay, panel, the U.S. is within a rock and a hard place here with China, clearly. China is a nemesis in many ways, but an ally in the ways that really count, economically. We rely on China, to manufacture goods, from everything from tech to clothing. What's the solution?
I mean, we also give them a lot of things that perhaps we shouldn't economically. I mean, not a lot of people know that for tech products like Microsoft sold in China, China demands access to the source code and the details of tech innovation. Well, that seems like something maybe we shouldn't do if we don't give it to other countries.
Doug Burgum, who is not getting enough oxygen, he just entered the race, of course, governor of North Dakota. He, of course, sold his company to Microsoft, had been a friend of Steve Ballmer for a long time. And interestingly, he talks about how he watched his intellectual property being stolen by China. So as I'm watching Bill Gates and all of this go on, I'm like, we need to hear from Doug Burgum. I think this is the area he should shine on.
I think the issue is, I'll just say really quickly, you know, Blinken is there calming the waters, but for a lot of Americans, they don't understand why we're trying to calm the waters when China is being so aggressive.
Hogan, very quickly, I found it interesting that President Biden did not take away the tariffs that President Trump put on Chinese goods.
Right. It was a big leveraging point, obviously, for the Trump administration. But look, China is obviously a bad actor. I think we all would agree with that. I sat across the table from President Xi at one of our summits. It was the spookiest thing I've probably ever done to watch him and the way his staff operated. It really was impressive.
Isn't it bizarre that they won't do simultaneous translation either? It's like always consecutive. Well, it's the weirdest thing.
Nobody else was allowed to talk. And one person who did talk, let's just say I haven't seen him in a while.
Wow.
But besides the point, the fact that they are buying up our land everywhere, the fact that they're spying on us through TikTok and the balloons and the intellectual property theft, et cetera, it's a big problem. But what do you do because they are such a global superpower?
Bob, what's the stance in Congress towards China now?
Well, we're going into a campaign season, so everyone loves to bash China. But Blinken's he's got to show some strength here. I mean, you got the Cuba base. China's been spying with the balloons. I mean,
farmland in Dakotas near U.S. military bases, right?
In some ways, I can see, okay, it's good to talk, but at the same time, you know, is he going to say, please stop spying on us? I mean,
he says the goal is to open the line of communication.
Let's hope he says that, at least, Okay.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.